Hello, everyone. Your speakers. Hello, everyone. We'll shortly start the opening ceremony, and the first speaker will be Dan Lahav, our chief adjudicator. Dan, please.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to host you from wherever you are in the world. As you know, I will be the chief adjudicator of Korea WUDC. I'm very excited to be in this position. This year, we have a very diverse crowd that is attending the World Championship and many nations that, to the best of our knowledge, are going to be part of Worlds for the first time. We think this is a unique opportunity from the fact that we have lower barriers of entry this year due to the online setting of Worlds. However, this online setting also comes with very unique challenges that are part of the World Championship this year, especially the fact that we are spread over so many different time zones and that we are accommodating people that don't have much experience with the tournament in the past. We think these are great, and we are very happy to have the opportunity to take Worlds into a new frontier that it wasn't been tested in before, but also we want to wish all of the participants are going to be understanding of that and will be patient in order to accommodate and create a very inclusive environment. Worlds is going to be a unique opportunity for you to experience a highly international event. We have currently more than 45 countries that are participating, around 250 universities, including ones that are spread over all 6 continents of the world. Unfortunately, we don't have any representative from Antarctica. However, maybe in the future, some penguins will also join the circuit. I just want to do a brief introduction of the CA team that you'll be aware of who we are in case you want to contact us at the course of the tournament. So as pointed, myself, I will be the chief adjudicator of the tournament. We have Connor from Australia, Bobby from the US and UK, Mubarak from Bangladesh, who's currently situated in Qatar, and Bomo from Botswana. The second slide here. Thank you. We have Milos from Serbia, Tekoi from Singapore in the UK, Sebastian Dasso from Peru, Suyang, who is from South Korea but currently is situated in the US, and Tejal from the US. As you can see, also the CA team is highly reflective of the different regions and different backgrounds that the world has to offer. And together, we created a very challenging environment for you, and we hope that you're going to make the most out of it. So just to clarify, you want me to present the equity team as well? I can? Okay, cool. So I'll do the presentation for the entirety of the tournament. So from the equity team, we have a highly experienced team with Shamila and Yuguna, Juanita, Kiana, and Tasnim. Collectively, I think they have over 2 decades of experience of running major events, including the World Championship at the past in several different editions. As an outcome, we believe that equity is in very good hands at the course of this tournament. Our language team is Noluthandu, Yanko, and Sordip. They've already done, and you've been in contact with them if you're an EFL or an ESL speaker, and they've done an excellent job so far in making sure that everyone will be in the appropriate language category. We also have a training team as part of what Worlds has to offer. It's combined of Claudia and Hadar. This team is one that is going to provide on-site training. It is probably worthwhile to stop a bit here to explain what it means in the context of the tournament. Unlike training that is offered in an online setting usually before Worlds, for example, the kinds of training that you can experience if you are someone that wants to practice as an adjudicator or practice as a speaker in the different workshop that usually people upload, this is going to be on site. That is part of the package of the World Championship itself. We highly encourage you to join the relevant channels and be in contact with these incredible people in order to understand what the tournament has to offer, that you can make the most out of it. It is part of our dual purpose of WUDC, which is making it highly competitive, but also providing a lot of educational opportunity as part of the course of the tournament. Our tab team is composed of Andre, Sarah, Patrick, Fernando, and is led by Edmund and Alex. They have also done many major tournaments in the past, and we're very excited about part, and we're going to make sure that even though WUDC is extra challenging this year from the fact that, again, we're running over multiple time zones, that we can make sure that our tab is in safe hands and IT is going to be dealt with well at the tournament. Our organizing committee, that I'll say, shamefully, I tried many times to pronounce their names properly throughout the course of me working on the project of Korea Worlds. Still, I don't think that I'm going to do justice to some of them, but I'm definitely going to try. I also think that many times they want me to be the person that presents these slides in order to embarrass myself of the fact that I still can't pronounce Korean names properly. So our conveners for the tournament are Sally and Trisha. They've also convened pre-Worlds that many of you participated in a few months back, and they are joined by many excellent people that are part of the organization of Korea Worlds. Charin, Jayung, Barbara, Soli, Yonseo, Yunjang, and Heinzio. And again, apologies for butchering your names. They're also joined by Subin, Jiwon, Yechin, Song Hyun, Yeonju, Sumin, Jimin, Sunwoo, Hak Yoo-jung, Woo Hyun, and Hayu Lee. And again, very deeply apologize for not being able to pronounce the names correctly. Maybe one day I will be able to.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Dan, for the announcements. I think I'll take it on from here.
Okay, I'll just say one last thing, if I may, before we can continue, Sally, which is, everyone, this is going to be challenging, both on the technical aspect, but also we are going to try to challenge each and every one of you at least once in the tournament from the professional aspect. We want you to embrace these challenges and take into consideration that there are not many forms that if you are from a country in Europe, you're going to find people from Latin America to debate with. And if you're North American, you're going to find Australians to debate with. And if you're Asian, you're going to be able to find Africans to debate with, and et cetera, obviously, like, and mix and matches of all of the continents, nationalities. And sometimes you may get people from many different places in just one room of worlds. We think it is important that you try to make the most out of it, understand that people have different backgrounds, and as an outcome may not approach debating as much as you do. And the best possible way to make the most out of these worlds is just to embrace it and allow yourself to learn as most as you can from the fellow people that are going to judge you and speak against you as part of this tournament. Thank you.
So yes, Stan, I think you can sign off now. So the debater briefing, thank you. Debater briefing was sent to you via email. So if you haven't yet watched the 30-minute clip, 34 clip, please do so right after the opening ceremony. And so was the adjudicator briefing. Next, I'll invite Juanita to do our equity briefing. Equity.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, Macharia is going to do the briefing, so I pass it on to Macharia.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Macharia. I will be doing the equity briefing this morning. I will be sharing my screen, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I think we're okay. Yeah, okay. Since some people were lost.
Give me a second to just pull it up.
I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but register
All right. Hi. Sorry for that. This is the equity briefing for WUDC Korea 2021. Your equity officers will be myself, Juanita, Kiana, Shamila, and Tasnim. We expect that everyone will follow the briefing. We expect that you have read equity guidelines and equity codes. This is very important because at such a large tournament, such issues could easily come up, and we do expect that you will respect one another and will respect the policies that have been set for you. Let's get through the briefing. The briefing is going to cover a couple of areas. One, how do you reach out to equity? Two, what is the general conduct that we expect from participants at this tournament? What is the prohibited behavior, the gender pronoun policy, and the resolution mechanisms upon which we will be relying upon at this Korea Worlds 2021. How do you reach the equity team? One, our main way in which we expect you to reach out to us is through our email, and our email is highlighted on your screen. It's equity@wudc2021.kr. Please write an email, especially if you want to make an official complaint or would like to officially reach out to the equity teams. DMs are fine. You can reach out to us also on Discord. However, the most official and the most efficient way upon which we can be able to track and be able to respond to your queries is through the email. So individually via Discord could be an alternative. So you can also reach out to us via Discord. Our names are as appears in any of the present. I don't think anyone's name is different. And also you can reach out to us through Facebook. Our names are also on your screen. However, I repeat, please utilize the email because it's usually the most official way and we can be able to track that easier than everyone's individual DMs. Thank you. You can approach us not only for equity complaints, but also if you have any questions or you need advice if you're facing any issues. We'll be more effective in helping you if you know what exactly is going on and you do it early on. So be aware that we might take some time to get back to you because of the nature of the tournament being so large, but we're going to be as efficient as possible in trying to respond to every claim, preferably before every round ends. We're going to try our best to try and get back to you as quickly as possible. So if you're not involved, for those of us not involved in speaking or judging, they'll probably be much faster, but for those of us maybe who are also speaking and judging as equity members might take a bit of a while. But I do promise you that we will respond to all your queries. Don't be afraid to reach out. Anything that you feel uncomfortable in any way, please reach out to the equity team and we'll be able to advise you and help you find solutions for what is happening. What we expect as general good conduct during the tournament? So this is a world tournament. So certain standards upon which may be perceived as acceptable behavior depend on different cultural backgrounds. The nature of online debating makes it less susceptible to fluid communication and is often more tiring than in-person debating, giving us lack of spontaneity, difficulty in reading interpersonal cues. In this context, we ask participants to please try, especially to be nice and understanding during debates in Zoom. So please, we've done this for most of us. We've been doing this for quite a while. Please apply the conducts that we have applied in most tournaments. Please be kind to one another. Do not do, and I will be discussing the behavior specifically, but I think what we're trying to say here is that please don't in any way make anyone feel uncomfortable, maybe because of the way you're feeling at that moment, you're tired, or maybe the calls are not going well for you. Please try your best to try and maintain a safe environment for everyone, and that would be highly, highly appreciated. Also, most of the time, some of the equity complaints tend to come from the existence of different cultural backgrounds. Sometimes somebody might do something unintentionally. It might be also some meaningful conflict resolution mechanism to try and speak to one another whenever you feel that someone is doing something uncomfortable, just to let them know, because sometimes it's very unintentional. What is this prohibited behavior that we really expect or we don't expect from people at this tournament? One, we don't expect any bullying of any participants in any shape or form, any boycotting, especially against different participants or based on different cultural contexts. We don't expect any intimidation of anyone at this tournament, whether they're a participant, a judge, an OC member, whatever group. Please do not intimidate. We don't expect any discrimination based on the protected classes that exist, whether it be gender, race, orientation, religion, age, whatever it is. Please do not discriminate against any participants. Do not make any generalizations. And this usually is in any shape or form, whether during or after the debates. Please avoid making any generalizations in your argumentation or in your conversations. We don't expect any harassments or any unsolicited sexual advancements, especially that are unwanted between participants. Do not use inflammatory language. Do not use any form of victimization or vilification of anyone. So these are just examples. We're not saying that this is the end all of what would be considered an equity violation, but these are just examples upon which we expect participants to prohibit, or these are the prohibited behaviors that we came up with. I'm sure there are more, and we will be engaging them on a case-by-case basis. So even if you suffer from something that is not on this list, please try your best to just reach out to us and we'll let you know and try and deal with the issues. Gender pronouns. Judges must introduce themselves to the entire room, and if they choose to do so, state their pronoun. Then allow each of the wing judges to present and do the same. Then invite all debaters to introduce themselves and also allow them the opportunity to declare their pronouns. However, it's not compulsory. You don't have to explicitly call them to do so. So speakers should use gender-neutral language as a default, especially when no pronouns have been introduced. And misgendering someone or failing to use a correct pronoun it's usually alienating and hurtful. Please apologize if you do. And if you do it consistently, it could easily become an equity issue. So most of the time, these things tend to be, as you know, as most of you are aware, it's something that is passive. You might forget, or you might just do it maybe not out of intention. Please do apologize and try your best not to, make the situation any worse. If you see someone doing this consistently, please do try and reach out to us, and we will try our best to try and deal with these cases. So that's the gender pronoun policy. What else do we want to tell you? We expect a generally safe environment at WUDC Korea 2021, and we do expect that all participants will follow the code. As I said, please utilize the email that has been sent or our DMs. We really do want to protect everyone. So please, please, please reach out if you have anything. In case of any questions from the briefing that we've just presented, I know it was short, please do reach out to us in case you have other questions about equity stuff. The Discord has an equity channel where you can ask equity, or you can reach out to us through all the ways in which we have presented to you. I think other than that, that's it from us, and thank you.
Next up, we have our tab officers. Please wait a few minutes before we start screen sharing. Thank you. Yep, we'll just switch the order of things to ORCOM briefing. A few announcements. So number one, regarding live streaming. ORCOM members will ask for live streaming consent. Please provide your consent before the round starts, as in during the 15 minutes. Second, when you do enter the Zoom call, please change your names to reflect the team name and the room number you're allocated in. This needs to happen in every round. Number three, please contact if you have any questions or inquiries. They're very welcome. However, please make them through Discord channel, not individual DMs. The ORCOM are being bombarded with messages, and the most efficient and fast way to make your inquiries is through the Ask ORCOM channel. Number four, If you'd like to change your break category, if you're an ESL or an EFL speaker and would like to change your break category, you need to notify tab before round one. If you do not do so, by default, you will be allocated to the highest possible break with the order of open, ESL, and EFL. It seems like our tab officer is indeed here. I'll leave the virtual mic over to Alex.
Hiya. Okay, I'm just going to do a very quick briefing just to kind of talk you through the tech. We assume that you've read the tech guide, so we're not going to go over everything that's in there, but it is really important and it is quite short. It's like 4 pages. So if you haven't read it yet, please go and read it immediately, because otherwise you'll probably be very confused and possibly miss your debates, which obviously no one wants, least of all us. Okay, so how this tournament runs. We do registration on Discord, which we assume you've all done by now because the deadline was like a few days ago. We also do check-ins each morning on Discord, which we now know that almost all of you have done. My partner Edmund is just posting a list of the teams that haven't, so please stay tuned. But every morning you check in, you press the green button, we assume you've already done that. We also are asking judges to check in before each round they are judging. So if you're a judge and you're also judging the second round of each day, please also check in there. We'll then message you a link to the Zoom call that you need to join. We'll be debating across Zoom. The bot will send you a message. It will tell you where you are in the draw so you can see your position, and it will give you the link to the Zoom call you need to join, and it will also give you a link to your private TabbyCat URL, which I'll cover in more detail in a second. So we ask that you click that link, join the Zoom call. It's really, really important that you need to be logged into the Zoom account that you gave us the details of earlier. That is the only way to get into the room. You need to be logged into an account, and you also need to make sure that it's linked to the email that the bot will have told you when you registered and that you will have told us when you registered. Okay, so you'll be added to your Zoom room. You'll join your Zoom call. You'll then automatically be allocated to the correct room. Please bear with us. This can sometimes take a few minutes just because there's a lot of you and it takes a while for the bot to do it. And then you have your debates, which is lovely. If you're in a Zoom call, if you drop for some reason or you haven't been auto-assigned to your room, maybe there's an issue with your email, you can please briefly rename yourself to the room you need to join. Like if you're in BTS2, please just post BTS2 as your name. And that would just mean that you get moved to your room even quicker. You don't have to do this, but it's a way to speed up the process for you and us. So we do recommend it if it's not too much trouble. We'll then send you TabbyCat links. Everyone has a TabbyCat link. You'll use that to submit feedback on your judges after the round. Judges use this to submit feedback on each other, and importantly, to do your ballots. So a difference between how online and offline competitions work is that at online competitions, at online competitions, we ask every judge to submit an identical ballot. That's how we double check that you guys haven't made typos or made a mistake in how you've done it. So if you're a chair, please make sure every judge in your room is submitting an identical ballot. Some of the judges in your room might not have submitted e-ballots before, so maybe you can screen share, you can talk them through, you can make sure that they know how to do it, especially in round one. If there are any iron persons or swings in your room, you need to mark that on the ballot by selecting there are duplicate speakers. This is all in the tech guide, so please look it up there for more details, but if there's an iron person, please select the lower speech as a duplicate speech, and if it's a swing, please select both of them as a duplicate speech. Thanks. If you need to be on a VPN for some reason, you can let your chair know if you're having connection issues because of that. You can ask that everyone in the room switches off video, and we'll ask that the chairs also make sure at the start of every round that only the people on the draw are in their room, so only the right speakers and the right judges. We're not allowing observers this competition, unfortunately. If people do want to watch debates, we will live stream 2 rounds per room online, so feel free to tell your friends and family to watch there, but unfortunately we're not allowing other people in the Zoom calls. Please immediately go into the Zoom call before the motion is announced. So when the bot sends your links, please immediately click in, because we want to make sure that if you are having any problems, we can resolve them. And if you wait until the last minute, obviously that's going to be a lot harder for us to do. If you are having any issues, please do not DM tab people on Discord. That does not guarantee you a response. Please, please, please post in the Ask Tab channel instead, and only DM us if one of us asks you to DM us with more details. If nothing else, we're trading off. Most tab people at the competition are not working every day. So it might be that you send that message and it sits in someone's inbox for a couple of days, which obviously is not helpful. Some of us have also turned off Zoom messages, because Discord messages, because so many of you are messaging us. So please, please just post in Ask Tab. Don't worry about language status yet. We will tell you when you need to worry about language status, which will probably be around day 3. So if right now it doesn't look like it's correct, don't worry, we're still going through a round of double checks. If, however, you want to change your language status from what you've been assigned by the language team, please communicate the language team about that. Don't contact us. Edmund, anything to add?
Just need to ask for the rename it.
Yeah. All right, Evan has nothing to add. Thanks, guys. Remember, please, everyone submit ballots, everyone submit feedback, and have a lovely competition.
Yep, so that's a wrap. It seems like we're very efficient and we ended the briefings and the ceremony 30 minutes early, but please don't go anywhere. In fact, I'd recommend that you go on Facebook and check out the training program done by our lovely Lucia. Meanwhile, like Alex said, I hope everybody enjoys the competition. And if there are any inquiries, please, please, please make sure to make them on the respective channels. And wish you all good luck.